Good morning this Wednesday, the 28th of February. I'm Grady Wolf, market analyst with Bell Direct. Wall Street reversed morning losses to close mostly higher on Tuesday as investors prepare for the release of key inflation data out later this week. The Dow Jones fell 0.25%, while the S&P 500 added 0.17%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq gained 0.37% on Tuesday. Retail giant Macy's rose more than 3% during the session on Tuesday after announcing it would close around 150 of its struggling bricks and mortar retail stores following a revenue miss in the prior quarter. In Europe overnight, markets closed mixed in the region as investors await key inflation data out later this week, both locally and in the US, to determine how key global economies are faring in the high interest rate environment. The Stock 600 reversed Tuesday's losses to close 0.2% higher, buoyed by mining stocks finishing 1.7% in the green. Germany's DAX ended the day up 0.76%, the French CAC rose 0.23%, and in the UK, the FTSE 100 closed the day virtually flat. Across the Asia markets, trading was mixed on Tuesday, with the Hong Kong's Hang Seng rising just shy of 1%, while Korea's Kospi index fell 0.83% and Japan's Nikkei closed flat. China's CSI 300 index rose 1.2% as shares of Chinese electric vehicle maker Li Auto soared over 22% after the company reported a 2,068% increase in net income in Q4 compared to a year ago. The local market recovered from a morning sell-off to close higher on Tuesday by 0.13% as a 2.15% surge in consumer staple stocks more than offset losses among real estate and utilities companies. The materials sector was also weighed down yesterday as the big iron ore miners were sold off on the declining price of the commodity. As the theme goes lately on the local market, reporting season results dominated share market moves yesterday. Supermarket giant Coles rallied after releasing a strong first half result, including a 3.7% jump in sales revenue to $22.2 billion and the outlook for momentum to continue in the second half, with sales up 4.9% during the first 8 weeks of the second half already. A stronger than expected first half result also prompted investors to send shares in Aussie plumbing parts and services company Reece rocketing over 18% yesterday. The company revealed a 2.5% rise in sales revenue, a 6% increase in NPAT, and declared an interim dividend of 8 cents per share. Payment service providers like Zipco and Tyro Payments both posted beats across their respective first halves. However, investors took the opportunity to collect some profits in the days after the results were released, as both companies faced turbulence over the last few years during the rising interest rate and uncertain economic environment. On the commodities front this morning, oil has rebounded to trade 0.56% higher at $78.02 a barrel. Gold is up just 0.06% at $2,032 an ounce, and iron ore is down 3.24% at $119.5 a tonne. One Aussie dollar is buying 65 US cents, 98.43 Japanese yen, 51.7 British pence, and 1 New Zealand dollar and 6 cents. Shares trading ex-dividend today include the Lottery Corporation, Fortescue, Bendigo and Adelaide Bank, and Woolworths Group. If you've been thinking about these stocks, it might be worth considering buying in today, as stocks trading ex-dividend generally trade lower on the ex-dividend date. Ahead of the local trading session for the midweek here in Australia, the SPI futures are expecting the ASX to open the session up 0.28%, tracking some global gains overnight. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration today. Bell Potter has maintained a buy rating on Cooper Energy and has slightly increased the 12-month price target from 16 cents per share to 18 cents per share on the release of the Energy Exploration and Development Company's first half results, including EBITDA X and NPAT topping Bell Potter expectations, while statutory NPAT came in at a loss of $91 million. Bell Potter's analyst sees there are promising signs at the company's Orbost gas processing plant, with production continuing to increase at a time of short-term positive catalysts, including higher realised gas prices. And Trading Central has identified a bullish signal on GUD holdings following the formation of a pattern over a period of 8 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may rise from the close of $11.14 to the range of $12.30 to $12.60, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all we have time for today. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and as always, happy investing.